start looking into these things. The Los Angeles Fire Department is far more woke than anybody could have possibly imagined. By now, you've heard...
There's the scary word that everyone's terrified of. Woke. This is Mark Dice, by the way.
...that the LA City Council...
Go like and subscribe his stuff. I haven't watched much of his stuff. I've only seen like 1 or 2 videos.
...appointed the first female and lesbian fire chief, who then made it her top priority to hire more women to increase the diversity, because firefighting was mostly white and male, and a California program aimed to change that.
God forbid.
Meet the assistant fire chief.
Oh, here we go. I hope he plays this video. It looks like he's going to play it. I've seen this on X. This is wild. Watch this.
Also, just coincidentally, a lesbian as well. A black lesbian for triple the diversity.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
Of course, because in the backwards world of liberalism, if a black person calls 911 and needs a police officer, an ambulance, or a fire truck, then it's best to send some black police officers EMT.
This is insane. I'm not a big guy. I'm not a big guy. If I'm in a house that's on fire, I don't want someone who looks like me. I'm nerdy. I'm you know, I play games and I watch anime. You know, I was never the best on the football team. I want like a 6-foot black dude showing up, ripped to hell, massive dude, or white, or I don't care about his race. I want a massive. The last thing I want is a chick like this. But listen to what she says. This is crazy.
Or firefighters, so that they're more comfortable with them coming to rescue them. Would you like to share some of the concerns that other people have expressed?
Watch, she'll play the rest of it, I think.
Firefighter, sir? I mean, ma'am?
Is she strong enough to do this? Or, you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
This person is...
This is one of the fire chiefs. And you know all those fires that are going around that are burning the state of California alive? In that main area, Palisades or whatever it's called?
Victim blaming the very people who they dedicated their life to supposedly protecting.
This aged like milk.
Hires, this person, Christine Larson, isn't focused on actually doing the job that they were tasked to do. It's to bring more misery to the department by bringing in more diversity hires.
I want to reach down and bring you up. And that's kind of something that stuck with me to this day.
Part of that work means speaking up for those who can't. Over the last few years, LAFD has dealt with a fair share of controversy, and Larson not afraid to sound the alarm.
I chose to speak out, pretty much by myself.
To complain that the department is run by a bunch of white men.
Yeah, God forbid that. This is so stupid. Like, if you're signing up to be a fireman or woman, like, shouldn't your main motivation be to, like, I just want to save people? Like, I want to put out fires. I want to try to be a hero. I want to save people. You know, I want to do the right thing. Instead, it's like, no, we want to represent the people who are burning alive. We want to make sure that we look like them so that they see themselves in us. It's just like, what a stupid motivation.
About the issues of sexism and racism.
Oh my God. Department. Here we go. The issues of sexism and racism. It's funny. It's like if you have an all-white staff, immediately you jump to this. Oh, well, it's sexism and racism. It's like, okay, well, maybe there is sexism and racism. Show me some proof. Let me see it. Where is it at? I'd love to see it.
And the need for change.
The LA Fire Department is basically run by
here
a
they
lesbian mafia. This woman, Christina Kepner, is another one of the top officials there. And this seems like a parody, but this article is actually serious from a Rainbow News website. Amid the Palisades fire, Los Angeles' first LGBTQ+ fire chief is proving lesbians get it done.
Yeah, I bet. This is the first one. Oh.
They're getting done all right. Yeah. They're destroying the city. Check my previous video yesterday if you missed it, where I detail how the local authorities and state authorities, Gavin Newsom, had neglected all of the dry brush and why the water ran out. But leave it to the Democrats like Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal to just blame climate change and say that corporations...
That's such a stupid excuse. I saw it on Twitter the other day. Someone said that they posted a picture like this, but it was even worse. It looked like the apocalypse and all these fires reaching into the sky. And they're like, you can't see this without seeing, without believing in climate change. It's like, I don't. Can you help someone with that mindset? This is because of the climate change, really?
Got us into this mess, but even they can't escape the devastating reality of climate change.
It's insane.
And yesterday, undoubtedly, a DEI hire who are always incompetent, DEI, Democrats employing idiots, sent out an...
I haven't heard that before. Democrats employing idiots. I haven't heard that one before.
emergency alert to the entire county of LA, to every single person's cell phone who lives in Los Angeles County, telling them that they need to evacuate.
The one I've heard is didn't earn it. DEI didn't earn it. But Democrats employing idiots, that's a new one.
That would be millions and millions and millions of people. Thankfully, at least somebody did catch the mistake, and then they sent a follow-up message saying that that was an error. And then they clarified it was specific regions of the city. Here's the mayor, who's not a DEI hire because she was elected, but really a reflection of the moronic mindset that dominates
Let's see what she has to say.
Los Angeles.
Right now, if you need help...
Man, this quality looks like trash. You can tell it's her, though. I was shocked. I watched Razor Fist video on his Rageaholic channel, and I was shocked because she was asked all these questions about, like, where were you? Don't you feel responsible? Like you were in another state. What's going on? And she said nothing. It was insane.
Emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. Los Angeles, together is how we will get through this.
Wait.
Through the heroism...
Wait.
Together's how we'll get through it. It's like that line in The Hobbit whenever Thorin is there, they're down there, and the dragon's hunting them down, and he's like, guys, we're going to do this together. And if we burn, we're all going to burn together. Too soon?
You heard her correctly. She just pulled a Ron Burgundy and didn't even catch herself. She just kept on reading because obviously the scriptwriter forgot to put the website in the script. It just had the placeholder of URL in there, which...
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, isn't there more to that?
Then just read verbatim as if there was nothing unusual about it. She's the one who cut the fire department budget by over $17 million. But
God.
Found enough money somehow to support gay choirs, trans cafes, and social justice art. Meanwhile, California Governor Gavin Newsom continues to tank his political career.
What is the situation with the water? Obviously,
so we have seen this clip, but we're watching.
Ran out last night in the hydrants. I was talking to the firefighter in this block. They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out.
Hey,
that's an insane line. Local folks have to figure that out. This reporter just asked him, "Hey, what's the deal with the water, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Governor of the entire state? You're the guy in charge. How come none of these fire hydrants have water in them? How come we don't have any water?" He responds with, well, the residents are just going to have to figure it out. What an insane response.
My problem, I'm just going to stand here in front of these burning buildings and pretend like I'm here to help. Ron DeSantis had a great response to the fake news industrial complex when they expressed their outrage that Donald Trump was making the same points about the incompetent mismanagement of the city.
For the president-elect or a president to be criticizing.
Is it appropriate for people in your industry to try to create division and to try to create narratives anytime these things happen? Now, you're not as interested in doing that because Newsom is a D. If Newsom was a Republican, you guys would you would have him nailed to the wall for what they're doing over there. And I know we've dealt with it. We just assume in Florida, anytime something happens, it's going to be politicized by the media. So you guys sitting in judgment of Donald Trump, I mean, excuse me, I think your track record of politicizing these things is very, very bad.
Not to mention...
Yeah, he's completely right about that. It's always a complete double standard. Never trust the media.
Media covering up Democrat incompetence and their DEI hires, their Democrats employing idiots. And because we live in a low-trust society due to things you're not supposed to talk about, we have things that happen here unlike Japan, Russia, or many other homogenous countries throughout the world.
As I was getting my whole family out, all you have in your mind is just you're in survival mode at that point. I saw men coming into our neighborhoods. Police confirmed it. She had this to say. Take a listen.
It was wild. We just started seeing all these cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men running up our street, going up to the doors of these houses. And we weren't sure what was going on. I'm thinking, are these people here to help my neighbors? I hope so. And I left, and then my husband talked to the police and said, what are those guys doing? These guys don't live here. Get them out. My next door neighbor said, his quote, there were like 100 people that came up on scooters and were trying to get into any and all houses on the street.
And did you physically see police officers stopping them?
I didn't, but it's not to say that they weren't. It was so incredibly chaotic, and I was so worried about
they were looters?
My family and getting them out of our old tinderbox of a house that I was just focused on them first.
Notice she was afraid to mention the race of the usual suspects. It was
wow. That's insane. It's not surprising, though. I mean, you have all this chaos going on. So you have people abandoning their houses. So you're going to have looters showing up to try to get in the house before it burns down and steal a bunch of stuff. He brings up the race. That is interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things. Is there, like... That's interesting. He brings up the race. I don't know.
Just 100 people. And ABC News anchor David Muir, who makes about $1 million a month, made a big mistake live on the air, accidentally revealing what one of his concerns are when he was there doing a live shot.
As you can see here behind me,
and he turns, and right there, it's a little bit hard to make out. Those are clothespins that he used to make the fake firefighter jacket appear to be more fitting, because he had to look good on his live shot.
That's insane, man. These people are so fake, man. God, they're so fake. I think this guy works for... It's either CNN or MSNBC or CBC or something like that.
This is a man who's used to his perfectly tailored suit.
ABC, right there. It's insane.
He's not going to go live on the air looking like a slob. And by the way, I'm not joking when I say that he's making $1 million a month.
Yeah.
That's the kind of money that people like him and Anderson Cooper and Rachel Maddow literally make. Speaking of clothing, however, you can get free shipping on any of my shirts at markdice.com this weekend by using the promo code 2025 at the checkout. So order your Trump Fight 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 shirt, your classic liberalism find a care shirt, your war is a racket, Trumpomania shirt, or any of my awesome designs. All available to t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Enter the promo code 2025 at the checkout to get free shipping in the U.S. this weekend. And check them out.
It's insane, man. Like, it is just like the hypocrisy that goes on, the way that this is managed. Like, the people in charge of the state. At some point, you just have to say, like, look, leadership... These clowns, man. Like everything begins and ends with leadership. At some point, you have to be honest about it. You got to stop blaming Trump. At some point, you just got to be like, look, what are we doing? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Let me know your thoughts in the description below. And please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell icon. Really do appreciate it, guys. And yeah, it's something. Till next time.